light is also failing.
Wow, we're on the struggle bus right now. Okay. Sorry about that. Hopefully some people hop on back over.
Yes.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Oh, was that for the printed stuff?
What? The money? Yeah.
Gotcha.
We still have money in PayPal too. Gotta get it out. Keep forgetting.
Okay. Oh, hi. Sorry.
Sorry about
Technology fail.
I don't know what happened.
I don't know what happened either. My phone was just like, no, you're done.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Sorry about that. Thanks for popping back over with us.
Yes.
Super frustrating. That's something that at our old house used to happen. Like every single live stream was like a take two.
Yeah.
It's just, but our internet here is so much better, which we're thankful for. Hi,
Yes.
thank you for coming back over. All good. I thought it was me. Yeah, no, it's
us.
Never
all the
assume
time.
that. It's always
Yes.
always
Always
us.
us.
I was watching somebody else stream, and a bunch of people in the chat were like, "You're buffering, you're buffering, you're buffering," and the mod was like, "Refresh," and I was like, but they had like added us like at Old Reading Farm, just refresh, and I was like, "Oh, I don't think you're buffering. I'm sure it's me. If somebody's buffering, it's probably me."
Yep. So, yeah, sorry. That's not the first time it's ever happened here, but it's a rare occurrence. But anyway.
Yeah, the last time it like really dropped us was when we were on the roof with Pebbles.
No, it's happened once since we got Spectrum.
Oh, has it?
Yeah, but just once. Anyway, hey, BB turns on.
Hey, how's it going?
So we were talking about
Reseeding.
So we got the boys in this pasture, as you can see, with Ghost Alpaca right behind us. And we were going to reseed in there. That's why we originally created the chute, so that we can get all the ladies over there.
Hi, Jesse.
But we were basically at a point where we didn't have enough time before it got cold for our seeds to germinate and get strong enough to survive a frost, to go into their dormant stage. And I was looking into dormant seeding, which is when you have a period of freeze and thaw, where like overnight the ground freezes and then in the morning it thaws, so that you broadcast your seed, and then as it thaws, so it freezes and then it thaws, and then the seed goes down, then it freezes and thaws, and so the seed basically plants itself, and then emerges in the spring.
And that can kind of make for a stronger...
It makes it way better. It's less chance of weeds because they grow like
when they're
before anything
supposed
else.
to,
Yeah. The problem is like global warming, where we'll end up
having like 70 degrees for a week
Right.
in the middle of December.
Yeah.
And the seeds be like, oh, it's a good time to
to
come
germinate.
up.
Yeah.
And then it'll
it's
drop back
-2.
down, and
Yeah.
that'll kill it instead of...
So we got a good deal on all of our seeds, but we'll just seed in the spring and see how it goes. And we'll figure it out from there. So that's why we're not seeding at the moment. So yes.
Yeah, and I think we will still be able to, like, if we just start seeding early, we'll still be able to seed everything. And if we have the third area ready by then, which I think by March we probably will, right? Because so we're making, kind of good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks, Barchuk.
We agree. Once we have the peafowl aviary done, what is your next? Like, are you taking a break, or do you have a next project in mind?
Well, something on my mind is a garage for the tractor. But that doesn't need to be right away.
We should throw some of the cover crop seeds that we got into where the boys were at. Because that's such a little area, even if they don't, like, take... Oh, hi, Chloe. How's it going?
Oh, good to see you. And just keep it fenced for now, so that the dogs don't go and ruin it.
Yeah. Keep it fenced for a while, but I don't know if we want to keep that section fenced up anyway, in case we get an alpaca or two, or a little group of alpacas that we want to keep isolated, so we have like an
Oh, look, wait, we're back.
Are we here?
Yeah, because before it said preview up there. Now it says live. Bark twice if you're in Milwaukee. Okay.
Okay, we're here. Sorry. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, I don't know.
My phone just keeps going
Maybe
black.
it's your phone.
But I have.
Oh, you know what it is? Your
What?
phone is super hot.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh. It's like overheating?
Yeah, I think so. That must be it. So we're gonna back up a little bit.
Well, and maybe if we like turn a little
Yeah.
bit. Okay.
Here.
Mystery solved.
Yeah.
Spin yourself too.
I'm gonna.
Okay.
Wow, it's brighter that way.
Oh yeah, because we've got. No, just kidding. No shade. No shade. It's it's probably because of that lantern.
Right.
Okay.
Sure.
Can you move it a little closer though, so I'd be able to read the comments? I know. Okay. Sorry. Thank you. Hopefully we're gonna.
Cold over here.
What type of grass seeds are you planning on using?
Well, we got a mix, an orchard grass mix that I think is Kentucky. Well, it's like fescue and orchard grass. So that's what we were looking at. That was a cat.
Okay.
So that's what we were gonna do. We also got some cover crop seeds of it's white clover, right?
Yeah, Dutch white clover.
So.
And we got just so we got
All
cover
right.
crop of Dutch white clover to plant in where the blueberries are going to go, and maybe in like the center bit of the future flower farm. I was wondering if that would be cute, but anyway.
For like the path. you
Yeah,
mean?
exactly.
I think as long as it doesn't.
Fescue is fescue good for alpacas?
Well, the thing that's really good for them is orchard grass. That's the kind of hay that they use, and the fescue mix is. I think that's just pretty standard.
Yeah. So I mean we got that mix of grass in order to put it in our 3 alpaca areas. So hopefully that'll do it, because we're not going to buy, well, I mean we might someday buy like regular grass seed.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter, because I think the orchard grass blend is like the best nutritionally for them, but I
Right.
think any grass would be better than
No grass.
no grass.
Because like right now they are just burning through hay
Yeah.
like nobody's business because there's nothing for them to graze on.
And so, okay, so we bought that. We bought the grass seed to go into the 3 pastures. We bought the Dutch white clover, and by we bought, I mean Chloe bought for us. Thank you, and then brought it, and then we paid her back.
Nice Kentucky prices.
Yeah, exactly. To go down in between the blueberries and anywhere else that we want like a perennial cover crop to be at. And then we also bought 2 bags of winter rye, thinking that we would seed what's down in the flower farm, because we've got all that clean screened fill going down. So we thought maybe that could build that soil a little bit and get it to be like a little bit more living. Goodness in every bite. Hello, Ontario, Canada. Hello, how are you?
I mean, I guess there is an option where we could still seed that area in early spring, right? Because when would we be planting flowers out there? The summer, right?
Well, like May. Orchard and Timothy grass are the best. And then that comment disappeared. I'm going to see if I can open it back up
Yeah,
on
but
my
good
phone.
fescue, Kentucky bluegrass, Bermuda are all good. Yeah, any grass is better than none. Right.
M&C Family Homestead. Hello, how's
Thanks
it
for
going?
stopping by. So yeah, any grass better than none. So that was sort of the goal.
So what we have going on is like we have where these boys are now. Used to be like the yard of this house, so there is some grass going on there. But then the area that all the girls are, which is in front of where we're sitting, where everybody came to do the pumpkins for Pacas, that used to be trees. It was forest 6 months ago. So there's no grass growing. So we need to basically just start from totally scratch. That is very sweet. I remember that kitty. Yeah, Natasha.
She's currently digging her claws into my shoulder.
So, and the same thing with the area down where the boys are gonna go.
Yes, we do get snow here.
Yeah, but less and less.
Yes. Less and less cats. Ah, okay. Thank you very much. She's very.
Here. You want me to hold her?
No, she's fine. As long as she stays down there, she's fine.
Okay. She's like,
That's
oh,
nice.
sorry. I'm nice.
She's nice. She is very.
She's
classy.
really into the like biscuit making that some cats do. The other cat, Boris, he like doesn't do that, but she like as soon as she's situated, she wants to be making biscuits like nonstop.
Making biscuits.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
she's a good cat though.
Yeah, she is a good cat. Yep. What else did we have?
Okay. Oh, the knitting machine.
Oh yeah,
I bought it.
I bought it.
Yeah, John bought it. So we're gonna on Friday, I'm going to my mom's house to test out the knitting machine. She found some like scrap yarn that she has, and we're gonna see if we can knit with a machine and see how it goes. Finding the puddles. Hello, how are you? Long time no see.
Mr. Google Pant says fescue and rye should not be fed to alpacas. It has an internal fungus. It's bad for them.
Mr. Google. Fescue and rye. Yeah, the rye seed is for.
That's just for cover crop.
Yeah, right. To keep.
So that would be the whole idea was, so we're just getting this fill that has no nutritional, like no organic material in it, but winter rye grows in like anything. So you plant that in there, and then in the spring you till it under so that becomes like actual soil.
And like live organic material.
Right, exactly. So it breaks
in.
down into and composts and blah blah blah. So we weren't planning on feeding the rye.
Right.
So
Totally understand the busy, but happy to see you here.
yes.
Been missing ya.
Yeah.
And Maria's Moments USA says shout out from Ashland, Ohio. How far away is that from Cleveland? That's where my dad lives.
And the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is there too.
And the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Excuse me.
And there's like a big science museum too. Is that Boris over there scratching around, or
Yeah.
is that okay?
You're okay.
Will you record the knitting on the knitting machine for us? If it works, I will be happy to do that.
So Kat's leaving me on Friday to go play with a knitting machine with her mom. So.
Yeah, I didn't think that was going to be like the great joy for John. It's going to be for me and my mom. So
Well, I'm just going to be here alone with 3 dogs on a day when it's going to rain all day.
Bye.
Yeah.
So we have like a. Ow, ooh.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to see it not work too if it doesn't. Okay, well then maybe I'll bring a camera.
I think you should.
Yeah, and
You should
we'll.
film it.
Because I'm a little bit like confused about like how to get it started, and I have a feeling my ADD is gonna like come for me, and if I can't immediately figure it out, I have a feeling it's gonna like really frustrate me.
I was just gonna say.
That's why I'm going to my mom's.
You have okay, that's good. So Joanne's not here.
I know.
She probably couldn't figure out how
got
to get,
lost in the transition.
Which is fine. I mean that happens.
Yeah.
You got to make sure you read the instructions.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want you to look me in the eye. Look at me in the eye.
My confusion could be fun to watch.
Yeah.
Like until it turns into like frustration.
You're gonna read the instructions.
My mom is gonna read the instructions.
But you have to not mess with it until your mom is done reading the instructions.
Well,
Because I see how this is going, where Joanne is sitting there at the dinner table reading the instructions,
And
blah
I'm
blah
like
blah,
already trying to
and then
do
it's
it.
like broken, and then you're just like, all right, I'm gonna go home.
Well, so the thing, because my ultimate like,
Oh hey Joanne,
oh good, you did make it over. It could be fun.
I'm trusting you, Joanne.
Yeah, so I'm not going to take the handle off and try to attach a drill to
No.
it until I've like got it.
Yes, start slow, baby steps.
Fairly well figured it out.
So this is it's called like the Centro, I don't know, tubular knitting machine, something like that.
Totally tubular.
It's like a circle, and it has a little hand crank on the side, and so I guess it knits. There's a video on like Instagram of this lady who attaches a drill to it and makes really cool looking hats in like 5
instant
minutes.
hats,
Yeah. So
Dog calls BRB.
yeah, so it would be interesting to see how that works, because if it does work out well and we can start making hats out of our alpaca yarn, that would be great. Because we always talk about how some people say we don't have a finished product.
Some people, just
Some
my
people.
mom.
I thought that wasn't Susan.
No, that was my mom.
Okay. Way to go, Joanne.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we have both a finished product and a material in yarn. But if we could get that material and make a hat, it's an upcharge, and it's also something that broadens our market, so that if people come here, pumpkins for
Because
packas.
not everybody knits, but anybody could wear a hat.
Yeah, everybody wears hats. Most people wear hats.
That light is on the struggle bus.
Yeah, it needs to be corrected.
So, the knitting machine, and because there was some discussion when we were talking about it. Was that just last week that we were talking about it? So we were sort of like totally in the like hypothetical world last week, being like, oh, should we, might we, is this a thing? I'm not really sure. I have looms that I make hats on. I can't knit. Oh, that's interesting.
I think that's sort of what this thing is. I don't really know.
It's like an auto loom.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there was a lot of discussion on whether or not the alpaca yarn would be like strong enough and like get pulled apart by this knitting machine. So I'm interested to see how that's gonna go. Whoa.
You want to take this? I think I might put another log or two on the fire too.
Okay, I sort of wanted Boris, but I guess I'll take
But you
this.
can put that down too.
John's gonna put another log or two on the fire and also get the lantern going again. We have this little like USB charging lantern thing that we got for like, theoretically it's for camping. But we use it every night. He like walks down to the chicken village to put the chickens away holding this lantern.
It's handy because then I can put it down and see what I'm doing.
Yeah. And it's also like cute looking, it looks like kind of old timey, like the kind of thing that you would see at like a flea market or something. Yeah. And it's got a good look to it. Okay, so what besides the knitting machine? Whoa, oh my God, you just scared the bejesus out of Natasha. Digging dahlia tubers. That's a good thing for me to talk about while you're not here.
It sure is, because I had nothing to do with it today.
So Delia, last year I was knitting hats for homeless 4 at a time. I made 25 hats in just a few months, but I wish I had the hat machine. That's so nice of you to do that. And if this knitting machine works really well, I would say, I'm assuming that it's going to work. And if we can figure it out, I think, because there's knitting machines that are on the internet that are only like $65. So if you knit 25 hats for homeless people, and each hat you could save yourself like an hour, you wouldn't have to knit a lot of hats to like make that worth like your physical time. That's really nice that you do that. And then Chloe said it might work fine when you do it manually, then mess up when you put the drill on it. I really hope it works. Yeah, I'm not gonna put the drill on it like right off the bat. I'm gonna try to
Not gonna mess this up.
Not gonna mess this up. Not gonna mess this up. I'm gonna try to like kind of get the hang of it, because I know I'm the type of person who can kind of get like a little overzealous with certain things, and like maybe like rush to the next step when I should be like still on step A. I'm like moving on to step D. So like Bamba, sell a hat and give one to a homeless shelter. That's cool. A really good idea.
That'd be nice.
Oh, that's genius, because and I think that the like alpaca hats might be too expensive to like, nothing wrong with giving away very expensive hats, but I think if we could have like 2 levels of hats, like you buy this hat, they get this hat, so we could buy some like more mass produced yarn. But if the knitting machine works and I could whip out a couple hats like in a night, like in an evening, I absolutely think that we should do that.
I agree.
Great suggestion. And Bombas is that sock company that was on Shark Tank.
Yeah.
Maybe we could go on Shark Tank. This is not scalable. You're a nothing burger. Yeah. This is not investable.
Nobody cares about alpacas.
I want Mr. Wonderful to call me a nothing burger. Okay.
You're a not duck.
Yeah, I know. Okay, dahlia tuber digging. So we had a couple days in a row of freezing temperatures. I think it got down to like 28 or so for a couple days. which is quite cold for dahlia tubers. So everything, I went back to where we used to live, and those dahlias were like, oh, is that a rooster going off? That's weird. Anyway, so those dahlia tubers were like put through the ringer. Like nothing was weeded over there, nothing was staked over there, nothing was fertilized over there, nothing was watered over there. So I was not feeling like super duper optimistic about what I was going to go and find when I dug them up. And the other thing about the dahlia tubers is they need to be stored in like kind of particular conditions. Like it has to be below 45 to 50 degrees, because if it's any warmer than that, they'll start to break dormancy. But if they go below freezing, they can turn into mush and freeze. So last year where we lived, we had a basement that was like absolutely perfect for that, and that basement was really moist, so nothing dried out, and it was perfect. And now this year we don't have that basement, so I'm hoping that the basement kind of crawl space of doom that we do have is going to work, but I'm not sure if it's going to get below freezing down there. But if it does, then our water's going to stop working.
It was pretty warm in there.
Hey, Dusty Goat, how's it going?
Hey, last time I was in there, it was pretty warm.
You think it'll be too warm?
It might, but maybe if we put them on the other side,
yeah,
that might work.
And so I've got 2 big trash bags full of dahlia tubers, and if I can winter over those, then hopefully that'll be that.
No.
We're good. Everything's good here. I don't know. Should we tell everybody about that scammer person that tried to get us on Facebook?
If you want.
Somebody. So Dusty Goat and us are friends on Facebook, and some random person added us, and I saw Dusty Goat as like a mutual friend. So I was like, oh sure, whatever. Add this person. This person said to us in like a private Facebook message, like, oh, I won a grant from the, Department of Agriculture or whatever, like some farming grant, and I saw your name on the list. Did you get your payment yet? And I was like,
LOL.
And then they were like, do you want me to send you the link to check?
Yeah. All you gotta do is enter your social security number, your credit card number, expiration, all that.
Yeah, who knows? That link itself just could have installed malware, but...
True.
Ugh.
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 Hate people so much.
Yeah.
Sitting Fireside, love it. Sketch art is back, sorry. No problem.
No problem.
What about the back corner of the garage? That's another thing that I was thinking about. And
the house.
Huh?
The big house.
I think it'll be way too cold in the big house.
You think it's going to be colder than the garage?
I think so, because the garage will have heat coming through the walls from the kitchen and from upstairs in our bedroom.
Heat rises.
I think what I'm going to do is a couple like test locations, because I've got 2 big trash bags full, and I bought, what did we buy, like 30 pounds of vermiculite?
No, it's like 4 cubic feet.
Oh, well,
That stuff is light.
a big bag of vermiculite.
See pedal?
Looking for some snacks?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm not going to divide this fall like I did last year, but I'm going to wash them all, and then I'm going to put them in like hopefully tubs if I can find some tubs, and put the tubs in like a couple different locations to see which location
Works the best.
works the best.
I just saw some tubs on Facebook Marketplace.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure if we were to like post, and because I think we could also even like cardboard boxes, because then there would be airflow and less likely to have like mold problems.
Yeah.
But then if like rodents get in,
They would get right in there.
so I'm gonna try. I feel like last year I did like all this experimenting and I found something that worked like perfectly, and I was so happy. And now I feel like I'm like back to square one, and I'm
Well, but we
kinda
could
pissed
still
about
store
it.
them in that basement.
I know, but
We have a whole bunch of stuff down there now.
I know we do. Yeah, maybe that's what we should do.
Yeah.
Crates with burlap and vermiculite. Yeah, so one way that we stored them last year was we put instead of crates with burlap, I just put like reusable shopping bags, because that's like basically a crate with burlap. And I thought that worked really well. The only problem was we did have some mice bite like little holes in the bottoms or the corners. So then when I was trying to like in the spring, trying to like pick them up and get them up this flight of stairs, that was like a very dungeness flight of stairs. And also our tower chicken brooder was stored there. So we were also needing to like American Ninja Warrior like around and over.
That was a thing.
Yeah.
Now we have a whole porch.
Right. Chloe says, I think I'm going to store my bulbs in my boyfriend's basement, maybe more stable than my garage. I think I don't have enough to test different places. And so John's parents over there have a basement and a garage, but their basement I know will be too warm. And then my mom also has a basement and a garage. So I think, although I shouldn't even try my mom's, because if she's going to move in a year, you know what I mean? Because, what is all that? Where did that come from?
Probably ash.
Oh, okay.
Warm in.
Mice are my concern as well. Yeah. And silly rodents. The area that we had, like our best dahlias, last year we had landscape fabric down, and I don't know if it was mice, it was maybe like chipmunks or voles or whatever.
Whatever the hell a vole is.
Yeah, like went in between the landscape fabric and the ground and just like nom, 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 nom.
There's a whole system of tunnels underneath the landscape fabric.
And if like the dahlia tubers were like in the way or whatever, and it was super frustrating to dig those up.
It was like that time when we had beets and like a rabbit went in and took like one bite out of every single beet.
Yum.
Yeah. Like, dude, just take like 3 or 4.
Right, yeah, you'd have the same volume of beet.
Just taking a bite of it, just ruin it for everybody else. Stupid rabbit.
Dusty Goat said, I love the whole porch of chickens. I want to come snuggle them. That's a very like snuggleable porch.
Yeah.
Because it's like, all pine shavings on the bottom and then a couple heat lamps in case it's cold and nice view, full of chickens. Those I am Samanis that are out on the porch are like full-grown chickens. I think they're probably ready to go out. Except for with that mama and those 2 chicks, we don't have a place for them to go.
Yeah, and the I am Samani pen is full.
Right. Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, if we get, excuse me, if we get rid of the egg layers, we're going to have so many I am Samanis, it might make sense to put them into that coop.
Well, I was thinking we could take like the blue laced reds, the Americanas, the barred rocks, the buff Orpingtons.
Oh, everybody who's not laying.
Right.
That's a good thought.
One, and we can easily tell all of them apart.
Yeah, that's a good thought.
Because then that way we can get like, 3 free coops.
Mm-hmm.
So,
good thought.
Yeah. Thanks.
My mom said you should build me a root cellar, or a root shelter, she called it. Oh, well, that's true. When you move over here, I'll just store my dahlia tubers in your bomb shelter.
You can need airflow, which that one doesn't have.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't even know how to build a root cellar. Is that you just dig a hole in the ground?
Probably. I don't know.
I don't know how that stuff works.
Yeah, but Garden Answer has like the most beautiful, root cellar. It's a room with like a cool bot in it.
So it's a root palace.
Yeah.
A root cathedral.
Yeah,
I was just gonna. So like everything that Garden Answer has is nice. There's nothing that she has where it's like, it's okay.
Yeah, if I was to have that, I would maybe do it a little differently.
Yeah.
It's like, no, that's exactly how you would do it because it's perfect.
It's not how we would do it because it costs too much money.
And my mom said dahlias can grow from seed. Yeah, they can, but you probably get.
Well, because you saw us Finding the Puddle said they saved some seeds for us.
Oh, cool.
And that they would send them to us.
Maybe, because I saved some dahlia seeds too. Maybe I'll send you some, and we'll do a dahlia seed swap, and then we'll have, like, you know what I'm saying. I think that would be cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna Instagram message you when we're done with this.
And yeah, we did
to get your address.
Did you save tubers from the ones we grew from seed?
No, I didn't save those because none of them looked like, ooh, those are beautiful, and I definitely want to grow those again. Because I think Finding the Puddles, I don't know where you got your dahlia seed stock from, but ours came from Baker Creek, and the flowers that we grew, they were super pretty, but like lots of really bright colors, like bright yellow, bright red, bright orange, and all very open. But Florette, her dahlia seed crop, because of the type of dahlias that she grows and like where the seeds, you know, get pollinated and whatever, she grows so many more like pretty peaches, nice full flowers, like soft pinks, like
As opposed to the primary colors.
and I'm sure it's just based on where your seed comes from and what it's pollinated
Right.
and cross-pollinated with, but I was feeling a little jealous of her seed crop dahlias compared to my seed crop dahlias, because she was like, oh, this one's a keeper, and I was like, never heard of her.
Well, she also does that for a living.
I know, and she's like also just a god about it, so. I enjoy seeing the chicken village on your videos. It's amazing. We don't have cellars in Florida. None?
I don't think so. Yeah, don't no basements in Florida.
Is that because it's too wet? Too sandy?
Something like that. Yeah, you don't.
Because I know in like LA you don't
Yeah.
have cellars because of earthquakes or something.
Yeah, I think it's probably a combination of water and sand. Yeah. But that's like, what was that guy? Was it Hollis and Nancy? The
Who just
YouTubers?
moved to Florida?
Was
Well,
did they
not
just
moved to Florida. That was like years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember all the stuff that they would have to add to their soil to grow stuff? I
That was
remember.
wild.
It was like, okay, so here's like some lime, and here's some fertilizer,
But-
here's
and
a
even
dead
still,
fish.
their sand in Florida, it was not like soil. They
No, it's sand.
Yeah. Oh.
Well,
wow.
that's what Florida is.
Yeah. Wild. Super
Yeah.
crazy. I bought tubes, not seeds, from a variety of places. I saved the seeds, so I'm curious as what they're going to turn out like. So maybe because if you bought all the dahlia tubers that you like the colors of, and I don't know like what kind of colors you bought,
Might
but
end up with some cool color combinations.
well, yeah, because if all you have on your property is like whatever color that you really like if you bought all deep dark purples or whatever, and that's your favorite color, then I bet your seeds would come out deep dark purples.
Mhm.
That's my hypothesis. So
We shall find out.
we shall, and I think the seeds that I saved were off the Baker Creek seeds, so I think it's going to be a lot of like bright bright yellows, oranges, reds. But I wonder if, because I didn't save those tubers, I didn't take up those tubers, so like next year we're gonna have a lot of like the softer, prettier colors, so it'll be interesting to see. Oh,
For
all
sure.
peach and light colors. Ooh,
Nice.
send me some them seeds. And then I'm gonna send you like junky primary color seeds. So sorry, you're gonna catch the short end of this stick, I can guarantee it. High Drops Family Garden, how's it going? Groundwater level.
Yeah.
Oh, for Florida. Yeah, that makes sense.
Water table too high.
Water table too high, and then there is sinkholes in Florida.
Yeah.
That sounds festive.
Sinkholes, gators, and a high water table. Perfect.
And Chloe says, well, considering I've never been able to grow a dahlia from seed, I think you're doing better than me. The first year we tried, I like fertilized them too early, I think, and killed all of them. And then they don't like to be like disturbed, so you have to plant them where you like don't have to thin them, because I'm like sort of a monster about like overseeding, and then I'm like, oh, I'll just like rip these apart and then individually plant everything. Like you need to put them somewhere where
One
you can
seed per cell.
one seed per cell, leave it be, don't fuss with it, wait until it's big enough to plant it out, and then plant it out, and then wait again and don't fuss with it. So I'm probably lucky that any of mine lived.
Only
boy.
the strong survive. With
Yeah,
us.
I know. And maybe that's also why I got so many of those like super bright colors, because maybe those are just like
Hardy.
hardier, because they're like, we're here. That's my issue. I thin them out and then they always waste away. Yeah, don't thin them, or like plant them so that you don't have to thin them.
Okay.
because they're, sensitive roots.
Finicky.
Yeah.
Sensitive.
Fickle. It's too hot. I don't know the technical reason, but I say the heat. Dusty Goat Homestead.
That was about the basements in Florida.
Mm.
I think.
And Delia says YouTube has lots of videos on how to build root cellars.
You can build your root cellar if you want.
Like an actual cellar?
I don't know.
You know who has a root cellar that's like an actual cellar? Those Simple Living Alaska people.
Do they?
Yeah. It's like,
Well, like cellar means basement, right?
yeah,
Well, so usually like they're like carved into like the side of a hill, right?
I think so.
So you have like ground level access and then you're underground,
Mm.
like a Hobbit hole.
If we could build a Hobbit hole root cellar, that could be like, that's where a log arch could go.
Well, that could be a wintertime project, because we were talking about like what I was going to do in the winter. It's like there was tractor and then there's just cutting trees, because like we have a ton of saplings. So my thought is, when it's cold and there's not a whole lot else to do, I want to go through and pick out and like take down like all the little trees, and then have a storage section for posts. So I'll cut them in like 12-foot lengths, and then I'll just have a section where I have all my posts, so that next year when we're building whatever we're building,
That's a good idea.
we have them all ready. Because we had some ready for the Peacock house, but coming right, I needed to replace a couple of them because they weren't quite straight enough. And if I have we have all these trees, so get a bunch that
We've got trees.
yeah. So if you get a bunch that are 5 inches thick and cut them to 12-foot lengths and store them, then whenever we're ready to do stuff, we can do it.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Well, and then maybe at some point next year we want to replace the T-posts with actual posts, and we can use that wood.
Oh, that's also a good idea.
So we'll see. Because I think what we might be able to do, like with the welded wire.
Bye, Ricky D.
Well, I think we're going to sign off here soon,
Yeah.
too. Is like we can probably replace one post at a time. And we could probably also make the fence tighter so it looks better. Unless you wanted to do something else with the...
Well, I was
That's it.
wondering if over here, like as we're going into like the woods or
Mhm.
towards the road or whatever, if we like start putting in some posts and rails and then like move the wire, you know what I mean? Oops. Oh. I had a piece of paper kind of in my hand in between the two of us, and Boris just went to step on it and fell off my lap.
Oh, the face of betrayal.
Sorry, Boar-man. Oh, that's so funny. All right, well, it's 8 o'clock. It's 8:01. We're gonna get going. I appreciate everybody who came to chat with us
Thank you
tonight.
for coming back, too, for our round 2s and 3s.
I know. Yeah, sorry about the technology.
See you
floppers.
next week.